thinking about what you might like to study, there is hundreds and thousands of different courses that you can do. So it's like a massive number. So in order to go through everything, this session would be like 2 weeks long to go through every single course that you could do. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of an overview of what we offer here at the University of Sunderland in terms of our faculties. So a faculty is a collection of different courses. So we've got 5 different faculties. So in your arts and creative industries, that's stuff like performing arts, fine art, photography, anything that you need to use creative skills would be housed in this faculty. People who want to go and work in the creative industry, so maybe they want to be a designer or they want to maybe like work in like the performance industry, this is the area that they would probably look at the course for themselves. We've then got business law and tourism, which is very self-explanatory. So that essentially has your business courses, and there's lots of different versions of business courses. So you could have just like straight business, or you could have business and marketing, or you could have business with a different subject, like business with law, for example, if you want to do it that way, or you could do like law by itself, but then you could choose how you might like to study that law. So is it family law you're interested, or is it criminal law you're interested? So it just depends. And then there's also tourism on there as well, which sits within that same faculty. Education and society is more about like that's where your teaching courses are going to be housed, and also that will be where your like psychology and your different courses like criminology might be in that one as well. Health and science and well-beings will be all your healthcare courses, so your medicine, your pharmacy, your nursing, and different courses that are in the healthcare sector. Technology's got basically just engineering and then like computer design in it basically, but if that's an area that you're interested in, then that will be something that you could look into as well. So the next thing that we're going to do is have a little look at some real or fake degrees. So like I said, there was hundreds of different courses. We're going to see if you can try and work out which ones are real and which ones we've made up. So the first one that we've got is a BSc in Applied Golf Management Studies. So this is a real degree that you can do, and you can do it at the University of Birmingham. So that is a real one. Our next one is a BA honours in animation and Disney. What do we think about this one? Real or fake? This one is actually one that we did make up. This one doesn't exist. But like I said at the start of the presentation, it could end up existing. New things pop up all the time, and this could be something that someone wants to make so that you can go and do it. Okay, a postgraduate certificate in guide dog training. Any ideas on this one? This one, again, I made up, but I think it would be an excellent course to do, would be very fun. Okay, contemporary circus and physical theatre. So this one is actually a real one that you can do at the Bath Spa University, so you can do this one. Okay, we've now got dungaree crafting and historical studies. Yeah, this one is a fake one. Again, just because I think it should be a degree because I like dungarees. An MA in the Beatles, popular music and society. So this one actually is a real degree that you can do, and no surprise that you can do it in Liverpool. So you can do it at the Liverpool Hope University, and that actually is something that you can study if you wanted to. So a BSc honours in ethical hacking. What do we think about this one? Yeah, so this one is a real one. So it's a degree that you can do at the Abbey University. So based off the fact that some of them sounded absolutely bonkers, it just tie into the fact that there is lots of degrees out there that you potentially wouldn't have even considered doing. So like starting like while you're younger and really seeing what's out there is really beneficial so you can see what different courses that you could do. Really useful tools are websites such as like UCAS, because then you can compare and contrast lots of different universities and also lots of different degrees and really whittle down into which degree route you think would be the best for you if that's what you choose to go and do when you're older. When thinking about what you might like to study at university, it's useful to think about what you're studying now and whether you can see yourself studying that in the future. So, for example, if you really liked biology, then you could potentially go and do a degree in medicine and then become a doctor, or a degree in pharmacy and then become a pharmacist. Or you could do in biomedical science, physiotherapy, sports science, science education, cardiology, paramedic science, and nursing, and they all lead on to very specific career paths. So school can be viewed as being very general, so everything that you're doing could lead you onto 100 different pathways. But working out where your interests lie could really help you whittle down into what career you might like to do. So this is an example like we did with biology, but you could do this with whatever subject is your favorite. So it could be a worthwhile to complete activity in your own time, but thinking about what is something that you enjoy now that you're doing it at school, and think about what different jobs you could do based off what skill set that subject uses, and see whether you would need to or want to go to university in order to fill that need. Moving on to thinking about opportunities that are you. So going to university is a really brilliant life experience because you get to learn about this new subject and get a qualification in that subject. But there's also lots of other opportunities that you get alongside going to university. So you might have heard of something called the Students' Union. So this is something that's set up and for students, but is run also by students. So they will be available throughout the whole entire year, but especially like prevalent in your first few weeks at university. So they'll have something called a Freshers' Fair, for example, which we just had our Freshers' Fair here at Sunderland yesterday, where they'll have lots of different people in the sports hall and around campus where you can join different clubs and societies, which I'll talk about in a second, but also just get a feel about what the university is going to be like and see if you can meet new people so that when you're starting your course, you've already got a good solid like group of friends so you don't feel like as alone. But they'll also do events like throughout the year. They might do like trips to different places, or they might put on themed nights where they might have like a pizza and a film night that you can come and do at the university. So they are a useful like go-to point on campus. They're also there for you in terms of like if you ever need any advice for any situations that you might be in. So for example, my friend in his final year got accused of plagiarism. So plagiarism being that you have like repurposed somebody else's work, and he had evidence that this wasn't the case, and the students union were able to help him put up a case together to like contest his grade essentially. So the SU, although they are there for like lots of fun things, can also help you in your time of need as well. So I mentioned clubs and societies as well. So we at the university of our university have got like over 50 clubs and societies that you can join. So this ranges from like sports in terms of like football or rugby or like dance competitions and all that kind of jazz, to different societies, and then we've got them on the board there. So we've got like a K-pop society, a theatre company. There's lots of different like food themed societies, an LGBTQ plus society. So it just depends on what you were interested in, and this could be something that you join just as like a social activity, or it could be something that you join and where you actually like participate in that. So for example, if you were going to do like a theatre company, you might participate in the shows that that theatre company puts on. So it just depends on what you were interested in. If you got to a university and you were like, I really want there to be this specific club but it doesn't exist, you can go to the student union and they can help you set that up, and then you can start running that, and potentially that could run for the time that you're doing your degree, or it could be something that lasts um for a very long time, and you make something that has a really long lineage and like it continues well after you've graduated. So it's always something to bear in mind that you, if there's not something that you want to join there, you could make your own one and then sort that out for yourself. Thinking about other extracurricular activities that you could do whilst going to university, these will be different for different universities, but also they could have very similar ones. It just depends on which university it is that you're looking at. So here at Sunderland, we have, like I mentioned before, we've got a campus in Hong Kong. So that is an ideal place for people to go and study abroad because it is got a direct link with the university. But there's also, you can apply for lots of different schemes and go and study in lots of different places if that's something that you wanted to do. So we as a university don't do languages anymore, but when we did languages, maybe going to study in the country where you are learning the language from could be a good idea. And if your languages that you were interested in, you went to a different university, maybe going to that country could really benefit your studies, because being around that language constantly could really help that assimilate into your brain essentially. We've also got Spark FM, which is a radio station that is run here on campus, and they've won like lots of different awards, and you could potentially apply for a slot on that radio, and you could have like a weekly show. So I had a friend that did a Doctor Who show on Spark FM weekly, and she would do that on a like a Thursday morning. So if that was something you were interested in, you could go and do that, and you wouldn't need to be doing like a radio degree or a journalism degree to go and do that. It's open to everybody. So if you were doing law, for example, but you just had a passion for I don't know, like K-pop music, and you wanted to go and have like a K-pop like opening like Monday morning slot, you might go and do that if you wanted to. So the opportunities are there for everybody. Within that area, we've also got like a number of different like magazine print. So there's like a sports one, a more general one, and there's also Fashion North as well. So if you were interested in those areas, you could go and write for those publications. And again, you wouldn't have to be doing journalism in those areas to go and do that. If you wanted to go and participate, then you could do that alongside your studies. We've also got the Student Ambassador Scheme. So this is for people who are wanting to represent the university. So there'll be current students who will also work for the university. If we have like a visit where like school pupils come and have a look around, they'll do like a tour of the facilities. They'll also help out in sessions. Or if there's an open day, like for example, we've got an open day on Saturday, and the ambassadors are all going to be working and talking with the guests about the experience that they've got for being at this university, but also doing like tours. You would be reimbursed for your time with payment, but also you would enhance your skill set as well. So just thinking about some of the reasons why you should consider to go to university, you could potentially earn more money than those who don't go to university. Obviously, there's loads of situations where someone who hasn't got university is earning more than someone who is, but on average, if you go to university, you're more likely to earn more money. This is because going to university opens up better job opportunities. So like I was saying before, there's lots of graduate jobs out there where you need a degree to go and do that. So having that degree in your repertoire could allow you to go and do like lots of different jobs that otherwise wouldn't be open to you, and potentially those jobs could be better paying. You could learn more about your favorite subject, and this could be something that you've been doing right from being tiny, or it could be something that you viewed as a hobby. But when you're at university, you just do the one subject in lots and lots of detail. So it's really important to pick something that you are interested in, just so every day doesn't feel like it's really hard work. It's actually something you actually want to learn about. Some people want to go to university to achieve a degree just so that they can say that they've had that experience and have that qualification to their name. So it doesn't always have to be that they want to go to university because they want to be a doctor and they need that degree. Some people just want to go to university to have that experience because it is really a great time to figure out who you are and figure out all your skills and figure out where you might like to end up going as well. As mentioned there about skills, so go to university is going to allow you to enhance your skill set so that when you're ready to go out into the world of work, you've already got that skill set in your back pocket. And we mentioned about clubs and societies. Some people might go to a specific university because it has a specific club. This is mostly to do with sports because there is a lot of like university competition like level that you can go and do within lots of different sports as well.